media's bias. This does not mean that we become skeptical. This just simply means we don't swallow everything as the truth without doing proper research, investigation, and we are people of the truth. We cannot be moved by what's hot and trendy. Not everything that's trendy is the truth. Not everything that's hot is holy. And not everything that's popular is right. And not every majority speaks for morality. A crowd shouted, "Crucified him, Jesus deserves to die," and they all were wrong. All of the communism and said Christians are stupid, uneducated, their God is dead. All of communism was wrong. And they're dead. And Christianity is still thriving. Critical thinking is analytical process that involves asking questions, seeking to understand, addressing issues or actions. It's driven by humility, curiosity, and a unifying purpose. A critical spirit is a negative fault finding that tears down rather than builds up. It's marked by pride, indifference to people and context, and seeks to divide than to unite. Hungry Gen, we will not possess a critical spirit. We will possess a critical thinking. We don't bash other churches, the churches we disagree with. We don't attack other churches that preach Jesus, point to Jesus, and do things differently. And if you come from another church and you want to build a group at our church that bashes other people, I'm going to tell you one thing, you will find an enemy in me. Because I don't shoot our own brothers. We have an enemy, his name is Satan. It's not the pastor that you came from. And it's not the church that you came from, but they do things differently, yes, and you will see a lot of things even here that might be different. But if they preach Jesus, if they preach the Lord, if they point people to Jesus, if they preach holiness and righteousness, they are our friends, not our enemies. We forgot that Jesus promised that His followers will be falsely accused. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 11 and 12, I do have to remind us of this verse. It says, "Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you." But I want you to notice the third persecution. "And say all kinds of evil against you." Did you see this word? Falsely. "For my sake." Number 12, verse 12. "Make sure you make statements and make videos to destroy all of their arguments on YouTube." Verse 12, make sure you make a statement quickly so that people don't misunderstand you. Verse 12, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward, not on YouTube, but in heaven. For they so persecuted the prophets who were before you. Sometimes people ask, why don't you make a statement? Because I take pride in being falsely accused. I get brownie points in heaven. Why? Because Joseph was falsely accused and the evidence they presented was fabricated. Why? Because Jezebel found elders, paid them off so that they can destroy that innocent man and kill him. Why? Because my Savior was called with all kinds of names. I'll give you a few examples of what they called him. They said he was out of his mind. They said he's trying to destroy the temple. They said he was a glutton and a drunk. He had a demon. They said he was demon possessed and insane. They said he was an evil doer worthy of death. They said he blasphemed. They said he perverted a nation and forbidden people to pay taxes. All these were lies. And guess who said these things? People who had positions of authority in a religious circle. These were not thugs, drug dealers, or warlocks. These were people that claimed to serve God. What does that mean for us? This simply means we should not rush, be impulsive, or to feel like every single thing that is said against us, we have to have an attorney for, and we have to attack those people. I understand America has more attorneys per capita than any other nation in the world. But biblically speaking, Christians did not always drag everybody to court. Biblically speaking, Christians were killed, martyred. No, they were not a doormat, but they were slaughtered for the cause of Christ.